Hello and welcome to the 33rd episode of Williams Whiteboard. As I always do, I'd like to take a quick moment just to say thank you to all of you that have come by, watched the videos, liked, commented, and shared. I really appreciate it. So on this 33rd episode, we're going to talk about next steps. Yes, as I break in my new Williams Whiteboard, we're going to talk about next steps. So last week, I had an opportunity to do a training event where I talked about the concept that we talked about, that I introduced in episode 32 of doing the forensics, the after action report, the hot wash of all the activity that happened in FY20. And now what can you do to improve in FY21? And one of the students asked the question, okay, what's next? How do you take the next step? So we're going to talk about that in terms of taking the next steps for change. Okay. The next steps for change. And I have 5 topics I'd like to talk about, 5 steps that I would encourage you to think about. The first, paint the picture. Okay. Paint the picture of the future. Take time and energy to do an artist rendering, if you will, symbolically, of what the future state could look like. Okay, so do the work to think about and really put a vision together. Okay? The second is capture hearts and minds. Okay? You have to do the work to relay the vision. Whatever the vision is, whatever the change is that you want to occur, you have to do the work to think about so you can articulate the change and capture hearts and minds. Number 3, find the fuel. Okay? There is something that is driving that change. Every significant change needs fuel behind it. So you have to go and dig for what is the thing. Maybe it's pain, maybe it's aspirational, but whatever that is driving the change or what can drive the change, find and mine that fuel. Number 4, once you've done all that work, de-risk it. Okay? Take the time to think about all the things that could go wrong, okay? You won't identify them all, but the ones that you identify, put mitigation plans and strategies in place. De-risk the change. Make it more palatable for people to come and take this journey with you. You will not de-risk it all. You won't remove all risk. But if you take care of and have plans for the majority of the things or the likely things, when the unknown shows up, you've got time, breath, energy, and capacity to handle it. Last, but certainly not least, is define the first step. Okay. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Do the things necessary to do and to identify the first thing that needs to occur. Gain momentum. It's one step at a time. It could be a small step. It could be a big step. But identify that first step so you know what to do. You've got a plan. You captured hearts and minds. You found the fuel. You de-risk it. But if you don't identify that first step and be ready to take it, then the chances of the change starting and gaining momentum are low. This is Williams' new whiteboard, and this is the concept of next steps for change. Please give me some thoughts, comments, ideas on this strategy, as well as any other additions that may add to this strategy of taking change to the next level, starting the change. As I always do, I like to say, thank you for the time, and whenever you're wrestling on a problem and you don't know what to do, grab yourself an even bigger whiteboard and some markers and get after it. All the best and have an amazing day. Bye.